had sealed their mouth. So what I'm trying to say is that God's will is very key. So when I prayed about it, I got the conviction. It was even at Ajebo camp during one of our youth retreats that I said, let me take this thing to God in prayer. I prayed about it. When I now prayed about it, I now said, okay. So I now started warming up to him. I realized that he's also a very focused guy. When I married my husband, he didn't have anything. He had just one shirt, one shoe that was already getting BJ, Brother Johnson, the heel. So those were not the things that attracted me to him. You know, he's a God-fearing man, a focused guy, a goal-getter. If my husband is set to get something, I'm sure some of you know him, he will go all out to get it. And he's a very, very caring person and very generous. You know, those were the things that, you know, attracted me to him. So in all of it, God is God factor. Every other things will follow.
Okay, all right. When you eventually said yes, what was the first thing you said? Opel.
I don't want to. Should I say it here? I don't want to embarrass him. Do you know what my husband did? It was one of his friends that called me and said, thank you for saying yes to my friend. Do you know what my husband did? He got to their house where they were living. And the friend told me that he just saw him kneeling down on the road and saying, hey, Fumi, Fumi. I said yes. Fumi, I said yes. And the friend called me and said, thank you for saying yes to my friend. I said, you know, I was feeling cool with myself.
A round of applause, please. Thank you very much. So very quickly, I'll be talking to my brother Kelvin. You know, Pastor Fumi said something that our husband is very generous. All right? And I don't know how many people you've dated. I don't know. But can you share with us some of the mistakes that our young ladies, our young women make? You know, because a lot of people, I have so many friends that are single and we talk a lot. They'll say, most of this generation, this Gen Z, these new girls, they'll say, my data has finished. Can you send me urgent 2K? I want to make my hair. Can you do recharge card for me? And all of these things will push away serious guys that want to get married, you know.
Okay, I think I don't agree with that, first of all. That will push out the serial guys. Okay, so you asked the question, you don't know how many guys I've dated. Okay, seriously, I had my first girlfriend when I was 25. I had two sisters which I was very protective of, so I stayed away from ladies all through till I was 25 years old. One of the mistakes I think happen nowadays is the fact that we go with the vibe. I tell people that care to listen. A lot of ladies, or some ladies, see marriage as the last bus stop, which is a very big problem for me. I'm not going to...
Sorry? Come again.
They see marriage as the last bus stop. First of all, you need to understand that you are a human before gender. You are a human before marriage. And one of the reasons why I have said to myself, until I found out a person who sees marriage as an addition to herself, I will stay single. You don't, as a woman or as a lady, have this at the back of your mind that you went to school with the same year with a guy. You are a human, first of all. You have the right to pursue everything a guy wants to achieve as well. The moment you see marriage as, you know what, society have said, with all the degree we're going to end in the kitchen, is a turn off for me. And I think ladies of nowadays need to realize that society cannot dictate or define what you want to do. I won't be in a relationship or marriage with someone who probably will tell me, you know what, I want to cook every day. We don't have to go and eat outside. It's a turn off for me. I want a partner. Like I tell people, I don't want a wife. I want a partner. They're two different ballgames. Because first of all, society has made wife, or dictionary has made wife secondary. I don't want that. I want a partner who, if I'm going in the wrong path, she will tell me, you know what, no, this is it. I give you an example. I was walking on the island at sometime 2 months ago. So I went to the store to buy something, and two people walked in, a guy and a lady. And the lady was like, oh, baby, I think this white thing will be okay for the house. Outrightly, the guy said to her, no, it must be red. Automatically, for me, I just see that union is going to disaster, like it will crash. Because if I was in that guy's shoe, I will tell the lady, you know what, okay, babe, I think we should try it. It doesn't mean that I'm not taking her opinion. Nowadays, some ladies just want to answer that Mrs. and be okay with the little things they've achieved in life. I feel it's wrong. I'm an Igbo guy who people surprise, like, I want to have 2 girls when I get married. I don't want a male child, but I'm not the giver of a child. But my wish, I might want to have 2 girls. And people see it as being stupid because I'm an Igbo guy. No. I don't want society to detect what I want to do with my life. My reality is my experience. Why the God factor is very important. It's also important for you to make a decision that you remember that it's just 2 of you that will live under the same roof. Your parents, your pastor, your friends will only give you a third-party advice. But at the long run, after that wedding, the night of that wedding, just 2 people will live under that roof. So it's important for you people to decide what you want to live with.
All right. Thank you very much. You can give the microphone to Pastor for me. Pastor, let us talk about the financial aspect of marriage, because I have so many friends that are single. Most of them are well-to-do, but they'll say the reason why they are not yet married is because they want a woman that can bring 50-50 to the table, not just them doing everything like house rent, school fees, and the rest. And a lot of guys would also say in discussions that they cannot marry a liability, that a woman that cannot solve at least 2,000 naira or 5,000 naira of our problem, because they feel when we eventually get married, if you are showing that sign now that we are not married, what now gives me the guarantee that when we are married, I'll be the one to do every single thing? They want somebody that, would also want to pull in their direction. Like, if I'm bringing this, you are also bringing this. And a lot of this has also caused problems in some marriages too, because, I watch videos, I watch movies and the rest about marriages. In marriage, in everything about life, can you tell us how young people, especially men, can navigate in this direction for them to have somebody that they can finally call their own, irrespective of having it at the back of your mind that, this person has to bring 50, I have to bring 50?
Thank you. I think for men, your prayer should be, God, help me to be able to provide for my family. When you have that mentality that I bring 50, my wife brings 50, you are a failure. If whatever your wife is bringing to the table, I'm telling you what obtains in my marriage. Whatever your wife is bringing to the table is a help. I know some men would even say, keep your money. I will be able to sort this thing out by myself. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that the woman should now be a liability. But what I'm saying is that you are the head of the home. Your wife is a helper to help you. You have heard me say it several times that my husband calls me the manager of his finances. I am not a waster. That's why he can entrust me with his finances. So it's 2 ways. So if a man is thinking that if I'm bringing 50, I want a woman that will also be able to bring 50, then you are not responsible. You are not capable. It's better not to marry. You are bringing a woman from her father's house, even if she has a job. I tell women, don't pray to be the man in the house that will be providing. Pray that your husband will be able to buy you everything that you need, that will be able to provide for you. It's not that you don't have your money, But when a man tells you, keep your money, what do you want? I will give you. That's a man. It doesn't mean that you don't have money too. That is a man. But a man that will say, bring 50. Me too, I'll bring 50. As I'm paying school fees, you are paying for, take this. You will add to it. And your husband will appreciate you for that and say, my wife, thank you for making this up. So by the time we begin to divide household, especially when it comes to finances, then that man is not yet ready for marriage. A woman is supposed to help you. It's a wrong mentality. It's a wrong mindset. A woman is supposed to help you. And women too. Ladies here, don't turn yourself to liability. Everything, my husband. There are some things that you should just make up and say, I did this. Or you don't even have to say it. You don't even have to say, I did this for the house. Your husband, the man is not blind. He can see now. Maybe I'm judging with some relationships or marriages that I may have seen. He can see. So there are some things you will cover up even before your husband comes. You do it. Even for the children. You don't have to ask your husband all the time for money. Is it your husband that gives you money? You know that this man, if he has, he will do. So before he even comes back, you have done so many other things that...
Ask a question. Sorry, 1 minute. Sorry, I asked a question. You said about the 2K, urgent 2K. So let me say to the guys in the house that when you truly as transactional, like, you know what, for me to give you this, I must get this. Well, if you get to that point, believe me, in the next few months, the relationship will crash. It's easy to give when you truly understand what you are getting yourself into. If not, you will find it hard to see that she's trying to extort money from you.
All right, thank you so very much. All right, so Pastor Toby, I call him pastor because I know one day will be a pastor here. The final question. This is not a question. It is just for you to elaborate more. There are sometimes, they say, all the time they say, love is blind, but marriage would open that eyes when you get there. There was a time, a long time ago, somebody came to preach here and he said a marriage crashed because of toothpaste. That the husband would prefer to press the toothpaste from the base. The woman will press it from the middle. And the man will say, show it is from here. And they broke up. So, yes, somebody preached there. Pastor Fumi, do you remember? Yeah. So, what advice do you have for young people? Because tolerance in marriage is key. Because it is when you get there that you now start knowing your character, the character of the person that you get married to. What advice do you have for people?
Okay. So my first advice is, in whatever you do, don't be greedy. Before you take decisions in the house, you ask your partner, how do you feel about this? Then you both agree. We talk about it, then you can go ahead with whatever plans you have.
Well, my advice is patience. You should have patience with your partner.
You should have patience. All right. Please, a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. We have come to the end of this session. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. God bless everybody.
Thank you very much. That's a very beautiful one. I hope you guys have learned from, the whole relationship and marriage. Please support your wife. Support your girlfriend.
Support your mother too.
Give her
Support
money.
your mom.
Give her money. Make sure it's not transactional. Please make sure your relationship is not transactional. Give your wife money. Give her money. Bless her with money.
Leave that one.
You understand?
Okay. Praise God. Yes, we don't want to waste your time anymore. Our next presenter, you're very familiar with him. He's just like me. He knows how to dance. He knows how to move his body.
Exactly.
So please, help me welcome G-Step.
Please, with a round of applause.
A round of applause for him now. G-Step.
He's going to give us an amazing dance performance.
And his crew.
No be today where G-Steps don't they give us those steps. So G-Steps don't take. This step's going international.
A round of applause now. Encourage him, encourage him, encourage him. Thank you.